woke up a little bit earlier than expected, so decided to come out to Waimanalo Beach to take in the views, the water. It is stunning, absolutely gorgeous. Just take some time to process and really calibrate for the next 8 days that we have here. Just really grateful to be here. And one of the reflections that I'm struck with early on as I'm walking down this beach is comparing my walk to many of my walks living in Denver. I'm not really walking outside very much right now, given that it's cold in the winter. But I walk a lot on the treadmill, and I'll kind of walk laps around my apartment, do things on my phone. And so in most of those instances when I'm walking, I'm doing something on my phone. I'm like journaling, I'm like watching something, I'm catching up with people, which is great. It's good. 2 for 1. Kill two birds with one stone, right? But I'm not really being present in those moments, especially like on a treadmill. I don't really want to be. But it's funny because being out here on this beach, my brain reorients to that mindset, like wanting to be on my phone, wanting to journal, wanting to do something. Just funny because I'm in such a beautiful place and there's no need for that. And it's just interesting how there's some calibration that needs to take place, especially like when we're used to certain rhythms and our brain's used to working in a certain way, which is cool. But I think for that reason, it's important to give yourself patience as you're adjusting to a new environment, but also know that things like mindfulness can help to reset. Just kind of sitting on the beach and breathing and trying to just listen non-judgmentally. Easier said than done. But that's really, I mean, that speaks to one of the main priorities of this trip is to just just let it come to me. Try not to expect too much. Not to say that I'm not planning, because I certainly am. I have a great list of hikes and surfing and other activities that we have planned, but just really want to try to let go of expectations, just be present and connected. What up, Sam? So you've lived in Oahu for about a year now, is that correct?
Yeah, a little over a year.
With the community that you're experiencing here, what are some key pieces of the community and overall experience that most tourists or travelers don't experience whenever they're in Oahu?
That's a good question. I think that something that I've learned to really appreciate is just the overall culture here,
Yep.
both with like locals and Hawaiians that have really grown up and lived here,
Yep.
and seeing how much they appreciate it, but also just a lot of the people that have lived here for a while mutually understanding that as well. I think that people, both families and friends, just they prioritize spending time with loved ones a lot more here than I think the rest of the country does.
I see.
Just because the pace of life here is a little bit different, and it makes you realize, like, fundamentally at the end of the day, what the most important thing is no matter what you do, how much money you have, where you are in the world, it's only meaningful with people that you share it with.
Absolutely.
And so people are very intentional here about taking the time to spend their, whether it's just the afternoon or their weekends out barbecuing, just being very present with the people that they do want to invest into and spend their time with.
For sure.
That's one of the most beautiful things I've seen being here.
Yeah, connecting to what matters. I love that. Yeah, thanks for sharing that reflection, bro. What's up, Patrick?
What's up, man?
Question for you.
What's up?
So this is now, I believe, your 4th time in Hawaii in your adult life.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the core reason that you keep coming back?
I think that there are types of experiences that you genuinely can only have here, or at the very least are enhanced by the authenticity of the place. And so what I mean by that specifically is like this hike that we're on right now and the hikes that we'll do throughout this trip. You're getting a level of strenuousness with challenge that is enjoyable, mixed with like beautiful greenery and scenery.
Yep.
Irony with like the gloominess of today, but it's like,
hey, that's okay.
Even today we're getting all these rich greens, and there's something about that, like that sensational effect of like the literal sensations around you that just pulls me back. I was thinking about this on like day 2 of the trip, where we had eaten poke and it was amazing, And
Foodland, baby.
Foodland was amazing, but something about it felt like it was still missing. And as soon as we went on a hike, it like where
Oh.
it was like, okay, this nature that this brings me around
Yep.
is genuinely one of like the main things that I love about Hawaii.
Connecting to the island physically.
Connected to the island physically. And
Right.
then inevitably we're gonna end up going on hikes throughout this trip where you don't just get everything I just said, you also get the ocean. So you're like
Yep.
in the mountains, in the greenery, and you get the blue, and it's just such an unreal thing that you can't get.
Yeah, the variety of connecting to the elements in different ways, from the water in the ocean and the green in the rainforest and the jungles. And I mean, you can even experience fire on the volcano if you're like the volcanoes on the islands too.
Yeah. So I'd say that's one of the main things. And then it really is also the food, where it's like,
Yeah.
you can eat poke on the mainland. And I will say,
How many days have we not eaten poke so
Zero.
far?
0 days have we not eaten poke.
Yeah, 3 for 3.
And I will say that like anytime I'm done with a trip to Hawaii, I go back and poke is on the mind more. So I end up eating poke more. Gives me a better appreciation for it in the mainland, but definitely a yearning to come back to experience the best that is here.
Absolutely, man. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. So those are main things.
Look freaking sick!
The lighting, bro. That half natty lighting.
Wow, this is full unnatty, bro. Holy crap. The delt striations, the bicep striations, the facial striations, the nostril striations,
Yeah, baby.
the irical,
The aloha striations.
the oral striations,
Poke
the
striations.
dental striations.
Foodland. Asian market striations.
I'm not even start doing my set.
Yo,